Hello everyone, this is Tony with Sky, and in this video we're going to cover how to use the raw code component inside of SkyVisualEditor. Now the raw code component is not naturally there for the default design studios. This is definitely more of a developer component, and so we hide it by default. If you would like access to it, email somebody at Sky and request it. And will enable your environment to have access to this portion of the tool. Now, as you can see, I already have an environment opened with SkyVisualEditor. I have the basic account page layout loaded inside of our tool, and on the left-hand side, I have a section called Developer Only on the component palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this onto the canvas, and what this component allows you to do is to inject raw code into our Visualforce canvas. This can be HTML, which we'll do in this example, or it could be some kind of Visualforce code snippet or JavaScripting that you'd like to just inject as raw code. This is a fantastic alternative to modifying the code that is deployed into Salesforce after you have finished working with it in our studio, because if you happen to make a change and then come back into our studio and then redeploy, it will overwrite the code you wrote and you will have lost everything. So this is where we typically recommend that people do any of those custom modifications that they may need with actual code. So in this example, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to place an HTML page that we see here, very basic. It simply displays an image of a skeleton, and when I click on the skeleton head, I want it to take me to a different account page that we're going to be working with. So I'm simply going to select all of this code, copy it, and then we're going to go back into SkyVisualEditor, select this component, and on the right-hand side there is an ellipsis for raw HTML. So inside of here we can simply paste in all of the raw code that we want. So this could be where the JavaScript or Visualforce or HTML in my case can be placed, and go ahead and click OK. Now I'm going to make a couple of changes. We'll just change the color setting here to a black, and we'll change this one to a green, just to show that it is in fact the page we're creating. Now that we're done, let's go ahead and deploy this into the Salesforce environment. And now that it's deployed, we'll go ahead and open this page. Simply click the open button, and here's the page that we made in a couple of minutes. Now notice there's the skeleton that I placed onto the canvas. Now what I'm going to do is apply a record ID to this so we can actually see information in this record. So here is a sample record that Salesforce has, and now whenever I hover over the skeleton's head, if you notice there's hover text down on the bottom left hand side of the screen. I can click this and it'll actually redirect me to a different Visualforce page that I have inside of Salesforce. And this is an example of how you can leverage the raw code component in SkyVisualEditor. Thanks for watching.